You know, uh, like there's a video I want to do. Uh, I want to dedicate it to one of my viewers, one of my commentators. Now, listen, there were so many people that I communicated with that I've learned of so many different stories that we could be here for a very long time, and all of them I think are special. But the reason I want to do this one is because when she told me of her experience, which was a horrible experience for her, I knew I told her, I said, you can look at the comments. Her name is what is it? She's unique in her own way. Benja 7647. She's unique in her own way. Benja. And you can look at my comments on the video, married to side chick, and what the hell you thought was gonna happen. You can see her on that video, and she's telling her story. And when I read it, I had many comments and we could talk about them, and I am going to talk about many more of them. But the reason I wanted to do this one, because I told her as soon as I read of her, it was a terrible thing that happened to her. I said, well, I am so glad you posted. But I told her, I said, no, I'm not glad in the sense of, what to condone the terrible thing that happened to you, but in the sense that you reminded me of a story exactly like hers that I know of. It was a friend of mine, a coworker, and he did the same exact thing. In her story, we can dig into it, but before we do, one health tip. There are a lot of people dealing with kidneys and swollen. I want to do a health tip. Dealing with kidneys and swollen ankles and many other ailments. Listen, I'm no doctor, but all of us know of our own little neighborhood remedies. You know of the baking soda, a little tip of it in water every morning. And it really helps because the liver cleanses everything in your body. It helps more with the liver, but it also helps the kidney. So do that every morning, but do this. Go get you a big bag of frozen okra. Just get you a regular medium-sized pot, and fill it halfway up, and then don't add no other seasoning. Just add water, like how you do rice, at the tip of your finger above the okra. Touch the okra like that, and then take the tip of your finger and fill it to water, and boil it. And then, how you buy the bottled waters, drink you a couple of bottled waters, empty them, and get you, take and filter it into those bottles. When it boils, it has a saline. It comes to you'll see it slimy. And the kidneys, that's what they use. That's what they produce. But once your kidneys start going bad, they don't produce enough of it. So every morning, do the baking soda in the water because that helps purify everything that comes in with the liver and the kidney. But that okra water, man, your kidneys will be in there dancing, having a good time. I ain't gonna bump no more. Having a good time because they'll thank you. And do that every morning. I don't know what stage you might be in, so that's 2. And the other thing, if your ankle's swelling and all that, I'm tell you, I'll give you 7 to 14 days. Just don't eat no meat. You can stay away from white carbohydrates, stay away from that, but don't eat no meat. Your ankle gonna stay just like that, about that big. It's not gonna swell up no more. And once you try it, then it's on you to decide how you want to continue with your diet. But at least you'll know. I tell you, just don't eat no meat for 7 days, maybe up to 14 days. But at 7 days, you'll see your ankle's gonna stop swelling. They're not gonna swell no more. I don't know whether it's a preservative in it, but just try it. And that's that tip. But let's dig into the story. Like I said, user, she's unique in her own way, Benja 7647, and she told me of a story, and let's dig into it. And I ain't gonna be long with it, but I think it's something that needs to be heard because it's horrific, and it goes into the games people play, and she said that let's talk about it. She said that she met a guy and she was dating for a long time. Can you imagine? She said I met a guy I was dating. because she was commenting on the video, you know, like I said, she's a side chick, what the hell you think? And she was commenting on it, and she said, let me tell you what happened to me. She said, I met a guy, I was dating him, and she fell in love with him. And so I'm gonna break it down, because you can imagine when you go dating, like you meet somebody like, you know, shit, man, that's not gonna work for me. You won't date him again. You can meet somebody else, like, oh, he cool, but you know, he's not the one. A female or even a male, you'd be like, nah, man, I can't get on with it. But every now and then, you know, you meet someone, and just go to show you what we're dealing with, what we're talking about. And she met that guy, and they started dating. She said, if you go read her comments, she said that he and her were dating for a long time. And she jumps right into it, the first paragraph. She said, we was dating for a long time. And, you know, like she said, I fell in love with him. And I learned, she used the word, I learned that he was married. See, to me, you come all the way down here to be in the flesh. A child of God, you come down, all us come down here to play with you? To take me to play with? Because our lives, we build a universe around what we trying, you know, what we building here. Like, what I mean is like this. You think that when she was dating him, and she had no chose, you know, you choose. You say, man, this is it. You think she got a sister? And she never said that. Or a mother. Most females, a lot of times, be so cool with their mother, be like 2 spoons in a drawer. Telling mama everything. Mama, I met somebody. Really? Tell me about it. They think about grandkids. Oh, really? Oh, you love him? Oh, that's fine. She'll go tell her husband. See, they so narcissistic that they self-centered. That person that she was dealing with, he ain't give a shit about, he don't know that she had a sister and say, you met somebody, I sure hope I met. You know, these are conversations you have when you fall in love. You go tell the world. You go tell the world. You have a brother, girl, who you don't met? Well, I want to meet him. I'll beat that nigga, you know, like that. You know, you go meet, I want to meet him, bring him around, you know. And she don't build a universe around him. Like, you know, I can get married. I ain't got to go worry about dating nobody else, no other guy. I met somebody, I'm good, you know. That's how you feel. And, you know, you can imagine he had no put her in that world. And she learned that he was married. And if you go read her comment, she's unique in her own way. Benji 7640. She said, when you go read her comment, she said she didn't give a damn about how much she had fell in love with him. She said when she found that shit out, she said, she didn't say it, she said it, her words were, it tore me up for months. Nigga come date you, you and him leave, he pay for the tab, you go home, you happy, and then goddamn. Stuck in a pond or some shit, I don't know. And then he go home and go get in bed with his wife. Turn, come home, run up to him and shit. You know, Daddy, look what great I made. Daddy, look. You get it? You know, that's the other side of that shit. That's how treacherous. You are of your father, the devil, and you gonna do the lust of your father. That's what Jesus told them. Flee from me. He said they way more clever and mischief than you. He said they wake up with that shit on their mind to deceive you. Go read it. He said they wake up. He said shit, they think of goddamn shit early in the goddamn morning. And that girl don't fell in love, man. Soon as she told me, I said, damn, I'm glad you posted that because I know of a story. But we're going to finish this shit here. I said, we're going to eat the rest of this shit on this plate. Like I even told, oh, good. We're going to eat the cornbread, a little bit of macaroni. We're going to eat the rest of this shit because she said that shit tore her apart for months. And you know what he did? Like I said, and you're going to do the lust of your father. She said he kept trying to get in contact with me and communicate, talking about leaving his fucking wife. She said, bitch, I don't need you to leave your wife for me. You do that shit to your wife, what the fuck you think? What the fuck I think you gonna do to me? She said, bye, boy. Like the girl said, bye. She was intelligent enough to know the double when she seen it. Like that, what that saying go? You tricked me one time, shame on me. You tricked me two times. You know, shame on you. Tricked me two times, shame on me. You tricked me a third time. Shame, shit. She caught that shit the first goddamn time, nigga. Batter. She knocked that shit out the park. Swing back, knock that bitch out the goddamn baseball park. Bitch, who you fooling? You don't bring that shit around here. You caught me. Yeah, you caught me. But that, and I told her, I said, thanks. I was like kind of, because she reminded me of a story. Man, I had to come back on it. I had to, I had to tone down on it because I was like, no, I ain't, because that shit right there, I told her that shit right there is just dead fucking wrong. But you gotta realize, down here, while we here in this underworld, that's what the fuck we dealing with. We're dealing with the children of the light. You think they try to tell you that shit about come to the light, come. Don't you think that your ass to that light? That's them beautiful ones who think they run the damn universe. When we made them. But I ain't gonna get into that because I told her. I said, I'm so glad that you told me that. I told her. I told her how horrible I thought that story was. Because man, and then you read. That's why when I hear stories on the news, I don't jump one way or the other because you do not know how people play with people's minds and shit, and then they end up in the goddamn graveyard. You be saying, damn, he killed the mama, he killed the mama, the brother, and the wife. I don't know what the fuck y'all did to him. I don't. I mean, I don't condone murder, but shit, who knows how they had played? Cause she, like everybody knew. This shit right here be like, some shit be like everybody know but you. And that girl had done fell in love. When you fall in love, man, you tell the world, man, I found me somebody, and all your friends be like, girl, I'm so happy for you and shit. That's how that goes. And boy, they can bust your goddamn bubble. And when they busted in that manner, because that man, he was fucking married. Can you imagine the mindset of somebody that can put that together? And I'll tell you, shit, I ain't got it in me. That's why I say, man, like how he say they're clever and they're more mischievous than us, because I ain't got a bone in my body that can do some shit like that. I mean, but I know of a story like that, and I told her, I know of. It was a partner of mine, and he was married. And what he would do in the morning, they had one car. He'd drop his wife off to work, and then he'd go to his job. They'd get up in the morning, he'd drop his wife off at work, and then he'd go to his job. But on his job, there was a beautiful woman who all the men were scared to talk to because she was so beautiful. They didn't think that they was worthy of talking to her. They wouldn't say nothing to her. She was just, everybody did go in the corner like, damn, man, that was fine. Well, you know how niggas get together and shit, they meet it, they put it all together. And they put it on a pedestal. And nobody, you know what he said? He said, shit, I'll go talk to her. And he talked and talked, and you know what he did? He proposed to her. He had a wife that he'd drop off every morning, but on his job, it was a woman so beautiful that he proposed to her. And she said yes. Because no other man would talk to her. And so when he started dating her, I'll never forget this. I mean, it's just, because it amazed me because I could never in a million years do this shit. I mean, I couldn't do it. I'm just, I really have a fear of what the shit that could happen to me when I do wrong. And I was like, well, God, I just like, I really will say at the time that he did that, it amazed me. I was like, well, God damn, people could manipulate people like this and would really, play with someone like that. So one morning he was going to work. He was taking his wife to work. And he said to me, you know how you come to a red light and you could see in your rearview mirror the car trying to get around other. I swear, I'm not bullshitting. And I ain't opening my mouth. I'm like, what the? And he said, you know how, like, it just won't change. And he could see come around other cars. And then he said, Now I'm gonna make it short. I just wanted to do this in dedication to her story, but I wanted to tell the story that I know. And he said that his fiance, now he and the wife would I can't even, it's so twisted. He in the car with his wife. And the fiance pulled up next to him. Because see, he had them been going around the family. And this girl so excited saying, that's what I'm saying. The girl that told her story, I mean, not girl, the young lady that told her story, I know how she felt because I know the other side of it. Because when he said that, when his fiance pulled up, she said, he said, mother and father are having dinner for us tonight at 6. Make sure you be there. And he said, he looked, and she said, did you hear me? Mother and father are having dinner for us tonight. Now remember, I have to laugh because his wife sitting next to him. Be there at 6. Okay. And the light changed. She turned off. He said, we got to the next light. She looked at me. And I looked at her. She laughed. And I laughed. We got to the next light. She looked at me. And he said, she laughed. He went 3 lights. She laughed. And then I laughed. Now remember the story I just told you. Like that young lady. She's unique in her own way. That one that came up and pulled up and turned and off, that was her. This man in the car with his wife. He said, she left. He said, when he dropped her off, said, boy, when he went to his job, said all the girls that she knew, they had brought her around there and they put a whooping on his ass at his job. He said, they burst in the door. He said she was with a bunch of females. And I ain't gonna go no further on that than to say that these are the type of dysfunction and the type of foolishness that we're dealing with, and I think that all those commenters and viewers in my comment section they were telling of their life, that the things that what we were talking about, they were saying shit, that's the shit that happened to me. Some woman say I was with that goddamn man for 20 goddamn years. 20 goddamn years, and he had a goddamn woman on the side and all kinds. Those kind of stories. And so that's what we need to talk about, because right now, going into this age, it's an age when they're discovering who we are, who we black people are. And we need to take our place. But to be an honorable race, we got to start with family. We got to start with this bullshit. And that's what my channel is dedicated to. So I wanted to tell that particular comment, because she woke me up on that one. She pulled my coattail, and because I told her, I said, I forgot about that story. But yeah, I thought it was amazing, and to me. But like I say, he told him, the Messiah, he said, you are of your father the devil, and you're gonna do the lust of your damn father. You are, you're a liar, and you gonna lie just like him. You are, and that's what you're facing here while we're down here, and you have to pass those tests. You have to go through those initiations, like her. I think when her words were strong. I mean, she didn't sound weak in it, because she told boy bye, and she said, and she was saying like that's the shit that I was saying. She was saying like shit, this the shit she went through, and boy bye, and we have to. The stories of the Bible are your initiations. Like to young men, I would say, there's some of you gonna go through the story of Job. He's gonna take every goddamn thing you got. And you're gonna think like, man, I hit rock bottom and I don't been struck down. Maybe you have. But if you don't know that initiation, he's gonna take that wife from you, he's gonna take them kids from you, he's gonna take the job of every goddamn car you got in that driveway, and he's gonna take that house, just to see whether for you to make a choice. Are you of that world, or are you of me? And that's what we're dealing with when we're dealing with these children of this world. And once you get in a relationship with them, they gonna show you. I am not of, like he said, I am not of this world. I am not of you. And then he said, my sheep know me and I know them. And I'm saying, when you dealing like her, she knew right off bat. Yeah, you caught her in her, you tricked her one time, but that girl said, shit, boy, bye. Fuck on about your business. Who you think I'm finna? And then he calling back, I divorce, whispering and shit like, damn, snake in the garden. Girl, you know this shit. I'm gonna leave her. Boy, please. Better go get you a can of tuna. You want some pussy? I have to, that's just me, excuse my language. But, come and think you gonna get some more. You already got more than you should have ever had, cuz. Go on about your damn business. And if you got something else to tell us to, go to hell and tell the people in hell that you're gonna divorce your wife and leave her for them, and come back and tell us what the fuck they say. Go to hell and tell the people in hell that bullshit that you talking, and come back and tell us what they say. And I'm gonna leave it at that. I think that's enough on your plate. Let's chew on that, And I appreciate all my commenters, and I'm gonna get around to some, because he told some amazing stories. And we'll get around to it.